Yo.
Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. How's it going?
Good. Alright, so I guess we're audible here. Let me turn on screen share. Give me just 1 second.
Yeah, sure thing.
Move this out of the way, move this over here. Put this here, here, share screens. Okay, so for the two games, it should be this one, right? 483.
Let me just double check.
Oops, that's not the button. Where is your IGN?
Yeah, that should be it. Yep, that's correct.
Okay, and then the next one is 18, 11, 13. So we're gonna do the games in chronological order from when they occurred, starting from the first one that happened, which was not like from top to bottom, but bottom to top, because like you played that one first, and then like you played the 11, 18, 13.
Yeah.
So we're gonna look at the 483 one first. So I'm gonna download the replay, view replay. This was okay, good. It's the correct patch. Okay, more info, and then you can see everything that's happening on my stream, right? Or not my stream, my screen, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
What the hell? Can I find lol directory path for automatic? Huh? Close this, command prompt.
Yeah, I was having this problem earlier when I was trying to get this to work.
Does this one work? Try the second one, see if anything happens. Come on. Finding other lol directory path system, cannot find file found. Fuck. It's like the only program that like really works. Do you have the new client or the old client?
I'm using the new client.
Even better. Okay. And at least we do have, in fact, an alternative. Wait, I got it.
Oh, I got
Alright.
it? Nice.
Hold on, please. I think. I forgot which one I selected, but okay. Let me see. So show details, which would mean that if I see Rise on our team, that's the wrong one. Okay, so this
No, this
seems
looks
like
right.
it's
That's the Timo one.
okay. So the Timo one,
That is the 483, if I remember
which
correctly.
is the Pantheon Timo. Yes, it is the correct one. Okay, so okay, yay, we got it. All right, so I just have to run command prompt and make sure my client's running. All right. Okay, so we're gonna press this button, and then we're gonna press this button. This button limits the vision. Turn on chat. I can't.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Okay. Okay, and then press O. I think I'm on your side.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Because I'm assuming it's Timo support.
Yeah, I was getting really tilted from that.
It's the only thing that like you can do with that is like you just blind. Oops. if he blinds you while you're trying to CS, you miss CS. Like it's not even his auto attack problems. It's just his trading during CS. And it's not a bad support. It's just that like it's because it's a bad support in the sense that like it doesn't do anything in the late game other than grant massive amounts of vision, troll people, and it's really fragile. But it does have an impact in the sense that you deny the enemy AD carry a lot of CS in the early game. So what you can do to avoid this is you can use your Q as a method of last hitting, but instead of last hitting like directly with the Q, try to harass him with the Q. Like what I mean by that is like you know how the Q bounces, right?
Yeah.
So you use the Q bounce, the second proc, in order to deal damage to him. If he stands behind if you manage to kill the first minion with your Q, just Q the minion and then it'll bounce. And if you hit the Teemo by any chance, it will shit on him because he is no HP. Like his HP statistics are rather low despite him starting a different item.
Okay.
Alright, so like right here, this minion, you can Q this, it's gonna hit these two, but if you Q this one and she's standing behind here, it will bounce to her. Like it will not curve this way, it bounces to her. It's not like it prioritizes anything on purpose or anything, it's just that the way it stands is she's directly behind it.
Okay.
So you punish them, you don't have to be afraid because when you see where they are located, you know that you aren't threatened anymore. Because I noticed like right here, you're still kind of, you're sitting like back here, but Teemo was just like right here. But then he backed up. Now if I press this button, like he's like back here. But
Yeah.
he revealed himself briefly and he should be around like this vicinity, but that doesn't mean you should be playing like behind that line. Like these set of minions are here to cover your advancements. So you can walk forward. It's okay. And the reason why you can also walk forward is because you got an incoming minion wave too. But you did miss a lot of EXP because like I think you showed up like really late or something. Like,
Yeah, I leashed the guy for too long.
Yeah. So in solo queue, it's 1v9. Don't leash this. Like, he's not gonna gank your lane anyway. It's AD carry in 2017. He's probably not gonna gank your lane anyway. So like, that's actually the point. The whole point is, give him like 2 or 3 shots. Get back to your lane as soon as possible before anything happens. This guy also doesn't know how to CS. So I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna flip vision on our side. So this isn't warded. It's okay for you to stand in this area. Like, it's fine. Because you can't see if he's gonna come out to pressure you. Once this ward is down, he stands still, he tries to retaliate. It's okay for you to make your move now. So he starts poison first, as you can see from an HP. So you don't have to be afraid of CS because the only thing you should be afraid of when it comes to CSing is when he decides to auto Q auto you, which will proc Thunderlords if he's running Thunderlords. Otherwise, it procs Deathfire Touch if he's running Deathfire Touch. If he's running Thunderlords, you get hit by a large amount of damage, a lot of burst, and you lose a CS. So every single time he hits you, his goal is to deny you obtaining gold, and that's really important in the early game because CSing as an AD carry in like any level is always imperative.
Okay.
So say look like right here. Oh, okay, well you were really close, but like you see the bounce. The whole point is to use your bounce. You'll get used to it eventually, but she's broken in the sense that if you know how to use the bounce, or you last it with Q very often, you're gonna get that bounce and it's gonna bounce back to the champion, and you're gonna end up like harassing them, and they're gonna be like, "What the fuck? Where did this come from?" It's a point. It doesn't miss in the sense that it's a point and click, so you will always guarantee. It's like you get the CS guaranteed, and then you also get a chance to A, push the wave by hitting the CS behind it, or B, get free harass off. Like no matter what, you come out on top. But you can't not have it bounce. Like if it just you Q the minion and you just hit it, it's kind of a minus because you don't use the full effectiveness of the spell. You're not gonna level up until you kill this minion. Okay, so what you can do is you can position right here. I don't know if you can see where I'm circling, but it would be like right here. The reason why is because Teemo should be somewhere around here and here, and Tristan is here too. And then if I'm looking at these minions correctly, they're already level 2, but you can hit level 2 too, and your level 2 is just a little bit stronger than their level 2, so you can look to fight. You can get QW or you can get QE, it doesn't matter, you just slow them, start crippling them. If Thresh prays the god, he lands his spells, you win the trade.
Okay.
If you stand here, the reason you have to stand here is because you're going to hit this minion first, that's free last hit. Second, you're in position to move forward or backward at any time. And then this minion's about to die, and this minion guarantees you hit level 2. So you just stand here while Darsh stands here. You shoot this minion, and you will hit level 2 after you kill this minion. So you move here, you kill this one, you kill that one. You're level 2. You can move forward. You can move to the right. You can move to the left. You can move back, and to make an advancement or to make a safe a defensive walk too. Because if they decide to jump on you or something, you'll be in position to walk back. However, standing back here just means that the lane's going to be shoved into your tower. In which case, you're going to have to use your double up here to just get these 2 CS real quick. But you will not be able to make any advanced, like aggressive advancements down here. MF is a lane bully in the sense that your Q, like mostly it's just your Q and your E. But E costs too much mana, so it's mostly your Q. So your E is going to like hit them hard. I mean, your Q is going to hit them hard, so that's one of the biggest things that you have to know about when playing MF. Oh, he missed that CS, that's fine. Move up here, line it up. Like, I think you can use your Q, and if you click on the if you hover over it without even smart casting it or something, it will have like a range indicator from the behind, and like you can it tells you if like, oh, I can bounce right here if it curves or some shit. That's fine. How? Why? How? Why?
Yeah, that Thresh was
Okay,
missing a lot of his hooks this game, so that's why. That's another thing.
You canceled 1 auto. In this lane, prioritize CS over harassing. The reason why you start prioritize CSing over harassing, even though I'm telling you to use your Qs to quote unquote trade, is because your Qs have the chance to once again bounce on your opponents and happens to trade while you're CSing. So if you prioritize CS and your Qs happen to bounce on them, you're also trading at the same time. Normally, as any other AD carry, you try to get CS and then you trade and then you try to CS, or you trade and then CS. But she can do both at the same time because that's her, like, that's part of her kit. Now, you know that he's in this entire bush. So standing here is fine. Look at your map, like, while you're standing here. And the reason why you want to look at the map is because you want to check where your jungler is, and you want to check if they have appeared on, the enemy jungler has appeared on the map. So knowing that bot lane showed up first, I'm assuming that they started red. I mean, on my side I can see it, but like Xin Zhao typically starts red, then does blue, and then does a camp, and then he tries to gank. So he won't be on your side, so you don't have to be afraid of anything for now.
Okay.
For the most part, you need a last hit, like, a lot more on MF.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm really bad at, is your last hit during the early levels.
Oh my god, not the cannon. He should be in this bush. Yeah. Okay, so don't push against... Okay. E. Oh, that's fine. I think you level up W second. Okay. So one thing is, aside from don't push, the reason you don't want to push is because until you see somebody appear on the map, like, you can't really make an advancement. If you push against the Teemo, I mean, he's just going to harass you and zone you out of CS. Because if you have a big wave and you try CSing and try to push the wave, he's just going to blind you and you can't really CS anymore, and then you take extra damage for free. And you can't really reciprocate that damage because he negates all your damage in return. Unless Thresh lands an amazing hook, but even then it still doesn't mean anything. So what you can do is you can freeze the wave by just standing still and just last hitting, and strictly last hit, don't attack it. Use your Qs to last hit. If it bounces to a minion, it's okay. Just keep the mentality that you are last hitting. Just like,
okay.
It's gonna bounce and it's gonna chunk the minion behind it, quote unquote. So what you're gonna do is just gonna be like, okay, that's whatever. If the minions start whacking that minion that got its health chunked down, it's fine. But if you hit it like manually yourself, like, let's say it has like 200 HP, you hit it once for 100, then you hit it again for 100 for a last hit. That's pushing the wave, and your goal isn't to do that. Like, the only time you want to push a wave is if like the support is like fragile, in the sense that you can fuck up the support and the AD carry at the same time if they're under tower. Champions that fall under this category are like Ashe. Like, you can fuck Ashe up under the tower. You can also mess up like a Janna under the tower, but champions you can't mess up under a tower are like Caitlyn, Karma. Like, you know what, they can still poke you under the tower. So like, you understanding like when matchups like allow you to poke them under the tower is very important. He should be in this bush. If he's not in this half of the lane, like, pop an E in the center, he either stands still or he like gets chunked.
Yeah, I haven't actually leveled up E yet though, because it takes a lot of mana during the early game.
What? Why doesn't he just flay? Like, if he just stands in the center, he flays one way. My. Holy! This is why you do not. You just do not. You do not pick mechanically skilled champions. Like, you don't understand the concept of how they're supposed to be played in any sense whatsoever. My god, like, okay, if he just plays that's a displacement ability which allows you to fucking see the champion. Then you can. Oh my god.
Yeah, see, that's the one thing I was like, why did he play that side? It's pretty
Like,
funny.
you have to play like as a good Thresh. Like, they hold skill shots are held. Like, stick with MF. I am not changing anything. Like, stick with MF. The reason why is because she doesn't take mechanical skill in the sense that you don't have to land skill shots. You don't have to you just rely on patience, and like, you freely bully someone, you get free lasted. She's easy to farm with. Simple champion. During team fight, she just presses one button. If you position safe, you don't get hit while you're pressing your ult. Like, she's a valuable champion. She does a lot of damage. People underestimate her. In fact, I still underestimate her. I played her support, and I still underestimate, like, wow, she's fucking huge. Like, she's support, but she does, like, shit tons of damage. Like, I don't understand. She's super strong, and people underestimate this champion. She's a great champion to climb with simply because people don't know how to deal with her when she's fed. But then when she's behind, she'll also come out and surprise you with a ton of damage. So you do die 8 times this game, and the reason why is probably, I'm just going to make a guess, it's probably going to be due to anyone else that isn't bot lane ganking you. Probably because, like, Kassadin, it's only because it's Kassadin, as well as Darius, as well as Xin Zhao. So the one thing that you can do is, like, yeah, okay, so this is going to happen.
Yeah, I got caught up pretty bad with that.
Like, that hook was fine. E the thing so that she... Oh, you didn't need to do that. What you needed to do is just E the... What? You needed to E the thing. You don't need to heal him unless he's, like, under tower. Heal them when they look like they're about to die, not when, like, just for the move speed. Because that right there seems like it was just for a move speed. That wasn't going to kill him because we have no damage. Nobody's backed. If he had a BF sword, that would have dealt damage.
Okay.
Or a pickaxe. If any of them are strong, like, they would deal damage. Like, looking at Xin Zhao, like, I know for a fact that he doesn't have damage because he went jungle item first. Like jungle item rush. And he went green jungle item. Like, that's terrible. Like, he doesn't have any sort of damage. If he went red jungle item, like, he would deal, like, maybe, like, 3 more damage. Like, actually 3. But, like, that means nothing. So, heal was unnecessary there. Your flash was fine because you don't have an escape. But you can't afford to waste a heal because now, if they jump... They have 2 heals. You can't fight this because if you do, they're just going to heal once. Wait, hold on, did you just Q then auto? Or did you auto then Q? I think I missed that.
I probably Q'd then autoed.
Let me see, because that's important. It's because as soon as your first animation for your auto goes off, immediately spam Q. Because both bullets come in at the same time, we're gonna chunk. Yeah, that was the Q, and then that's an auto. Because it's not because I can see both of her fucking guns shoot at the same time. It's just because the little heart thing right here animation went off.
Yeah.
See this right here? Like, from the response that he does, this is why you can't, like, fight. Because this just happened and you're so low, and he did in fact proc Thunderlords, right? Yes. The Teemo going Thunderlords is completely fine, and like, it's so fucking good, and people underestimate it because Deathfire Touch's damage output is higher, but as a support, it's so much higher if you go Thunderlords because you get free harass off flash. So Teemo is the only one that flashed right there, and he healed, but I don't know if you caught that. But the most important thing is I did catch his flash, and that's more important. Press tab, ping his flash, alt ping it. Stop moving. You have no mana, you have no HP. If he auto Qs auto you, it won't proc Thunderlords, but it will get you to 100 HP. His poison might tick, it might get you to 50 HP. Mid is missing. You don't know if he's ganking. You don't know if he's back. And jungler was just here, right? Like, around this side of the map. You don't know if they're still here. So instead, take these 2 CS, take your victory, and you leave. It's not really a victory, but it's just not being greedy and not looking to die.
Okay.
That's fine. And just bail. Don't push this wave. I know it's a cannon minion wave, but if you recall and come back, the cannon will be around here. Like, around here.
I think the one thing
here.
I was afraid that Jax was gonna tax that cannon.
Let me see what he does. I mean, if he taxes the cannon, it's fine. It's because he came down here and he's the one who burned the Teemo summoner spell anyway. Like, he kind of deserves that. Like, he came down there and burned a summoner spell. Oh my god. Don't come back, Jax. Please don't come back. Alright. So, if you're gonna push this wave, that's fine. Hit that one. Oh crap. Okay, run. Just back to base. Just back to base, ASAP. When you're out of mana and you're less than 50% HP, it's not a good time to stay in lane because I know for a fact that you did in fact use your potion earlier.
Okay.
So you did in fact use your potion earlier, and as a result, you can't stay in lane. You have I don't know if you have biscuit or regular pot, but it doesn't matter. You can't stay in lane because, and the reason you can't stay in lane is because you have no sustain. Thresh isn't gonna save you, and he has ancient coin instead of Targans. And I mean, like, it's not like Targans is reliable on low elo supports anyway, because they're probably not gonna aim to last it and they're gonna miss the cannon and stuff like that. But like, it doesn't give you that much health. Ancient coin gives him health, but it doesn't give him mana, so he can't cast any spells to save you. So if he throws a hook and a flay, he's probably gonna run out of mana before he can cast Lantern. 65, 80, so 165, and he's at like barely 200 mana, and then Lantern itself costs like 50, so he'll barely have enough for it. So like, yeah, staying in lane is not fine. So you did back, it's just that you backed late.
Okay.
Take your victories, like small victories do add up. So like, as soon as you back, the sooner you can get back into lane. The sooner you get back into lane, the sooner you can reset and get into CSing. Then you can shove, and you can probably deny some CS too. That's pretty good right there, yeah. Be ready to target switch too. Like when it comes to CSing, like if it seems that another one's low and you can last hit it.
Okay.
All right, Cassidon, how do you mess that up? Okay, when they get caught, E them, because I noticed you haven't done that. I know it costs a lot of mana, but this is your chance to get a kill. That's fine. One more. Oh my god. He's in this bush. Stand in the center. Stand in the center. There it is. Yeah, that's fine. Finally, he did something right. So E him first so that you get the slow off. You should be running DFT. If you're not running DFT, Warlords is okay. I can't tell what you're running, but I'll see it in a second. I know you're not running Thunderlords. This is fine. You have ulti. If he decides to... Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, I actually messed up my ulti pretty bad here.
Oh yeah, you ult. The first thing is you ulted in that position. See, this is where your heal would come in. Like your heal would be safe for you right there. If you hadn't used it earlier,
Oh,
like
okay.
right there, you could. So here's the thing. I knew he was gonna do that in the sense that like, look how greedy this is. Look, like you can take advantage of the fact that they're bronze. Look how low you are, right? And you still have heal. You could have healed. Like in theory, there was a chance that you could have healed earlier. Right? Like let's say you still had heal. You would have used it like sometime around now. So then he wouldn't do that dive. But then if you really like see his damage output and see that he can't kill you or something like that, by the chance that you like master that art of like calculating damage, because like looking at his items, like he still doesn't have anything. It's the same Xin Zhao. So, and Xin Zhao, like once he gets ahead, like the only thing he could do is go in. If he goes in, he's gonna die. He's always squishy. Like he's not really that good of a champ. Like you have to be really good at the jungle and really good at abusing early game in order to really know what he's doing. Like I can go like 24-2, but like the thing is like if you don't end the game fast enough, he becomes crap. Like so that's really important. The longer the game goes, the shittier he becomes. It's kind of like Lee Sin. Huh? Hello?
Hello?
Oh yeah. No, I thought you were gonna say something.
Oh no, I said yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you have your heal, if you had your heal right here, like from the last time you didn't use it, he flashes in, you heal. Then he has to stand, and then you auto him once, and then he loses this kill. Well, I mean, you still get, well, someone else still gets it. Then you auto him, then you stay alive, you just laugh, and you recall, you buy something, and then you come back into the lane even stronger.
Okay.
So that for that one, it's just patience on holding heal. You don't need to, you also don't have to save your support unless unless you really have to. See? Oh my god, he's a god. Oh my, wait, oh my god, the mage minion. Wait, Cassidon. Wait, Cassidon. Wait, Jax. What the fuck? Jax. What the fuck? Did you see that? Like,
yeah, he didn't.
What?
He wasn't paying attention to the map.
What?
And now he's recalling.
Oh, he what the? Okay, Cassidon has no flash. He rift walk forward. Rift walk is down for like 5, 6, 7 seconds. Like it's so long. Go on, this guy. I swear to God. Why are you so slow? What the fuck? Oh my God, he has no fucking items. Flash. It's fine. That's a lot of damage. Oh, you can heal to save him. I didn't expect it to kill him, but still, in theory, shoot this bitch. Oh, come on. Malzahar has ulti. If you ult someone, you chain your autos and E's on top. Don't E on top of them immediately. E behind them because they can only walk one way.
Okay.
That's the one other thing. Don't E directly in the center of them because they'll stand in it, sure, but it's likely that they won't move forward. Instead, they're gonna move back. Don't put it too far back because they'll just walk around it. That's too easy. It's like let me screenshot this and then draw it in paint. So like, and then I'm gonna do like a circle. So instead of doing like the center on them, because like this means that they can only walk out of it. Instead, do it like right like something like this, because then they're gonna be standing in it a majority of the time, and they cannot just walk forward and around it. That's the stupidest thing. They're gonna get killed. Usually, this is the kind of skill shot you want when they have been locked. Like you can't do this when you're chasing somebody because you don't know how they're gonna run in their chasing patterns. Instead, like if Thresh lands a hook, he's gonna tug him twice. Afterwards, shoot it like this. Don't shoot the E immediately upon Thresh landing the hook. You do have to shoot it in response. It's just that you wait for it because once he gets hooked, he's already locked in CC. Once that CC is over, the next form of CC is your circle. That will refresh the slow, and you're constantly chaining him with CC. If you stack too much CC on top of each other, the CC ends up being ineffective. And you want everything to be as most efficient as possible. And it's the same thing with any champion. If he's running away, you do it like that. Sometimes like a little bit closer to the center. But it's not like it's a Nami bubble or a Cho'Gath rupture where it has a delay before appearing. In which case it makes it harder for the skill shot to actually land. So it's an instant it's an instant slow. So take advantage of that. Okay, now Malzahar is here. He's out of mana. The only thing he could do is suppress. If he suppresses, you guys like kill for free. I don't know why he's staying so long. Should really either A, go back to his lane, or B, back to base. Oh my god, come back, Malzahar. Malz. It's fine, you don't need to ult or anything. Okay. Okay, I like that. That's fine. You have ulti? You have ulti? You have mana for the ulti? Okay, that's fine. Lol. Okay, hang on, I think this flash is a little weird. This Tristana actually knows how to jump. I would do the exact same thing. Only difference is I would actually go for greed, not for like the other defensive play. I wouldn't back out like this.
Oh, you would have flashed like forward?
Well, I would have flashed forward and killed you because if I had flash, I would have done it. But like, it's because you stood out of position, and the reason why was because hold on, let me go back. So when she jumped initially, all she has to do is get 4 autos off, and then she can jump again if she has attack speed in any sense. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so she missed the 4th auto, but did she? I don't even know, but she did proc it like properly. So you get blinded, so you can't really retaliate in terms of your autos. He's just kind of standing here. This heal is kind of really awkward because like you cut his healing in half or something like that, so that's kind of ox. But if she had E, I would do it. So you flash here. That's enough. Like she could have taken that victory, but she can't. She's committed. So the only thing that she can do is go forward, and that's why I said I have to go for greed. Because like, what is she gonna do to try to escape this? You know, like I'm just gonna walk forward, and then she does realize that I'm gonna die. So the only thing I could do is attack you. So instead, she should have just done that from the start. Like she has a chance to kill you if she just kept going because that's the only out. At least like die trying, but that's a Triss point of view thing. In terms of items, I think you should have backed. Malz has no ult. Malz has no mana. You guys can't fight this unless you ult. So I'd stand around here, like right here, like right next to this where this melee minion is, and blast the ult. But I would blast it. How do you miss that hook? Like how do you miss hooks in general? Like what the fuck? What the fuck? Wait. Okay, so this ninja does damage. Like, the thing is, his damage hasn't really increased. He's just built speed. It looks like he does damage. I mean, like, I kind of knew this was coming simply because Malz has no mana. This was the fault of everyone.
Yeah, I think that was the main reason why I went back was because I thought that a 3v2 we might have actually won that.
Yeah. So before you consider fighting 3v2s, look at resources. As soon as you saw Malzahar was out of mana, you cannot fight. Like, you might have HP, but you don't have damage. Like your damage is meaningless compared to what your teammates can dish out. Like basically these guys are 2 big minions. Like you have 2 big creeps. Like What are two big creeps gonna do? Give them a lot of gold. That's what they're gonna do. So therefore, it's if you think you can. The only time you would ever stay is if you think you can 1v2, regardless of how much your teammates is. That's how kill potential works. Basically, if you can 1v1 the dude without the help of your teammates, you got this. The reason why this didn't work out is because like these two guys like are out of mana, so they're like two big creeps. The chance that they'll help you out exists. However, the chance that they actually have relevance is not going to exist. Why? It's because these guys have no resources available. Thresh will miss 99% of his hooks because he is a bad player, not the champion. Like if he was a good support, he would land every single hook like a beast, but that's not going to happen. So you can take that into account and sort of take advantage of the fact that they're bad, but just don't always. You don't always have to follow up on the hooks. But if you see that it's kill potential and alone you can do it, if I can do it by myself, then that's how I'm gonna win the game. Like you basically have to 1v9. Like that's what solo queue is, right? 1v9. So that's what it is. If you can do that on MF alone, auto queue auto, harass for free, or auto queue a minion, kill that minion, and the auto bounces and stuff like that, you'll come out on top. Fine, just keep running. Move to the right. Oh, the reason why you want to move to the right is because, as weird as it sounds, and it's still relevant. First of all, they can only come in from one direction. So if you come straight, like this means that like if you run this way, while you're putting yourself in this choke, they don't have skill shots. They don't have any hooks or anything like that. Going this way more, what this means is they have to travel farther to get to you. Going this way just means that they travel less to get to you, but the farther they travel, the more they have to, like, the less chances of them getting an auto in, right? Like, look, he's on top of you, but if you were over here, he might not get that force pulse edge on you. He might have to walk forward, because he has to walk up and, like, look, he gets tugged, then he manages to land a W. If you're over here, you might get hit by the E, you might get hit by the Q, but he can't land the W on you. So then, if he doesn't land the W on you, you get that HP that you would have lived with, and then you shoot him, and you get a free kill. Thresh ends up picking up the gold, therefore, like, you kind of get a minus value out of that. And then he's kind of retarded in the sense that he picked Talisman first instead of valuing Vision. But then again, bronze players do not value Vision in any universe, so I can't really fault him. He's already, like, born, like, as an autist, so, like, it doesn't really help out. What the fuck are these people doing? Alright. And like the only time you don't want to run into those kind of chokes, like I said, is if they have hook-based skill shots. Because the reason why is because this gap is so narrow, it's almost impossible to dodge any skill shots. Morgana binding, Morgana binding, blitz hook, thresh hook, Cho'Gath rupture, anything that like can Nami bubble, you know, like those thin chokes. You don't want to run through that way. The only reason why I'm asking you to run that way is because they're coming straight this way. The only direction you can go is forward. You cannot go down because you're gonna get closer to them. You're gonna die. You can't go this way because you're bringing yourself closer to death. You have to run as far away from them as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, it's always situational, but if they're coming from the right, you gotta move to the left, or you gotta move to the right also. You kind of run parallel to them. My God, what is wrong with this guy? Brain dead fucking players, man. Oh, shoot this guy, shoot this guy, shoot this guy, shoot this guy. Bigger priority. Keep going, keep going. Oh my gosh. He's not gonna die. He's in this bush. Just eat the bush. Eat the bush. Yeah,
I wasn't sure where to E though. That was the
stand
thing.
right here and ulti. Stand right here and ulti.
Oh yeah, I could have done that.
Yeah. E the center. E the center. Basically the reason why is because if he's in the edge, that means you just ult. But in general, you could just ult. I hate those changes. Like, I understand I hate those changes too. It's just kind of stupid that he gets like a free control. Yeah, he walked out of there and then you see the stealth part. He's in the edge of the bush right now. So you just had to, you had so many opportunities. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was debating right here. I was like, should I ult him or should I wait?
The thing is, like, it's free kill. Like, always take things if they're free. Like, if you know it's absolutely free, it's how you get gold.
And right here I got punished for that pretty bad.
He has no way to escape. Like, he has to either flash and heal, or, like, W the fuck out of there, but, like, he'll end up burning both summoner spells, and then you end up chunking him, and he forces the back, and you can't trade. Alright, Panth, first of all, you can play that better. First, you need your shield passive procced up, and then you block an auto, and then you dump stir him with his W, and you block another auto, so you don't get hit by 2 autos, and then like you fucking cancel. You start QEing him. Like, my God, Jesus, how do you lose on Pantheon top lane?
Red team's turret.
Unless they're ranged or something, like you don't really lose on that champion. Malzahar I get though. Malzahar is like really easy against Kassadin. Usually I don't have any trouble laning against anybody as Kassadin because he's free. Like his damage is like so free. But against Kassadin, like Malzahar has against Malzahar, Kassadin has a rough time. Pantheon I don't think should have a hard time against Darius unless like he got cheese level 1 or got ganked a lot. But you also got received the majority of ganks, therefore like what's his excuse? God, I feel so sorry for you. This fucking Thresh is retarded. Like, what the hell was that? Okay, he landed a hook. Don't let her
I don't
hit
like.
you.
I'm not gonna lie. Like as soon as I see a Thresh on my team, I'll already instantly go on tilt. It's like I know this guy's not gonna hit his skill shots.
Oh my God. Here's the sad thing. Control wards won't help. And it's a good thing you back there. It's like, it's just terrible that he just doesn't land, like, it's actually jeopardizes your team, the fact that they're just that bad. Like, I've won games where, like, I don't have a support at all. I won 1v2 bot lane, like, alone, like, just because, like, you just are the better player. But, like, it's just insane how much a support can dictate your lane. And then they complain, they're like, oh, I'm like, so good at support, my 80 carries trash. Like, yeah, well, can you land a fucking skill shot? No, I don't think so. Like, if I were to coach this guy, I would literally complain about every single fucking hook he casts, like, just because he casts hook. He's also maxing at second. That's fucking retarded too. Okay. That was it. Okay, so you're positioning right here. So it's not that you got. Okay, so when you walk here, you know that he's here, and that he's like literally right there. Sure, he walks out, but this hook is fine. This doesn't mean anything. This is melee range, and he's just gonna E. You should not be in this position in general.
Oh, okay.
Like you should be standing. Like your positioning should be standing. The farthest you should be standing is as far as it takes to auto the furthest minion up from the enemy side. So if it's here and your auto range is like, let's see, where's paint? Wait, where's paint? Go back, paint. There it is. Okay, so this minion's here. And your auto range is, let's say it's this much, something like that much. The farthest you should be standing is like in the center of that, so it's like somewhere like right here.
Oh, okay.
The reason why you stand as far as possible is because that is their absolute safe zone. One, you're in tower range. This is not tower range. See, if this tower can't hit this minion right here, you're not in tower range. So standing in tower range helps because if they decide to do this crazy stunt, then they're gonna get punished by the tower in response. And then on top of that, you can also stand behind this side too. And the reason you stand on this side is because, well, you got like, you know, cannon minion to back you up, as well as, again, you're closer to the tower. Because this tower is positioned this way. You're positioned directly next to your tower. So that's another safe zone. And then on top of that, if you ult, standing here, or here, you aim it towards the minion wave. This way, if they do manage to kill you or something, they can't push. Because there's nothing to use as an advantage. You also should look at the map because you also got Malzahar coming. So staying alive would like keep them busy enough so that they so Malzahar comes and counterplays. And then this is bound to happen too because this is a Triss thing. So this area right here, now normally Thresh should board it, but like he'll get cheesed if he does. But that's one of the spots that you have to be aware of. She has jump. Triss
Yeah,
should be
that's
priority.
the one thing I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting that Triss over that wall.
Why didn't he just Q? What the fuck is wrong with this guy? He has 3 kills right here. He just lost all of them. He's not gonna get a single one. This is retarded. He should have just queued immediately. Then you get vision in the bush. Hell, I bet you guys trinket. No? Okay, fuck. If you had control ward, maybe. Kill him. Ulti. What? Like, Xin Zhao, first of all, you're retarded. Second of all, respond. Just queue. It's not that hard. What the fuck? Good job, Malz. You did something right. I mean, you died for it, but you didn't have to. You could have killed all of them and live for free. Why is he chasing a Kassadin? Why is he? He's
I
gonna
think
die.
because he's getting greedy. Like
He has no
like
mana. He's gonna, as soon as he gets there, he's gonna run out. He has. Okay, first of all, he didn't queue. And then you walk back to the minions. He's fucking retarded. He also has 3 corrupting potion stacks. He didn't activate a single one. And then on top of that, okay, so with the corrupting potion stacks, he could have lived because like he would heal throughout walking, as well as heal during combat and deal extra damage during combat, which means he has 1 auto attack less to do. Then if he walks forward into the bush, like he de-aggroes all minions, therefore he doesn't die to minions instead of walking back into the wave. Holy fucking shit! Like, is this guy from California? Because he just like fucking ate the wave. Jesus fucking Christ. You missed that melee minion. So, melee over, or cannon over melee over mage. Mage should be the last priority. Oh my gosh.
Oh, okay.
It's okay for you to freeze here, but, well, the thing is, their mid laner is dead and their top laner is dead. They really have a shit team. My god. Their team has no wave clear. Your team has the best wave clear. If you guys just group properly at 20 minutes, and you don't have a tank. Fuck, Jax is shit.
I remember this one. Originally, he was supposed to use Lee Sin, but then Lee Sin got banned.
Oh, that's even worse. No, because what I was gonna say is if you just push this wave at 19 minutes, you can set up a Baron, and that's really important because Baron wins you games. Or if you're behind, can turn around games because you can counter snowball with Baron. Like we were one time, the game was even, but they had more objectives than us. We took a Baron and we won the game off of that. It was just good decision making.
Oh,
This Triss knows exactly what she's doing, or when it comes to jumping, like her jumping like decisions are on point. I would do the exact same thing. Most of the time, the jump is used to slow people. Like nobody ever thinks about it like that. People treat it as a gap closer. I treat it as both a gap closer that slows. So locking onto them guarantees that you get 4 autos off to reset the jump. They flash or ult away or some flash or do a cast in and flash ult away. And then you jump on them again. So one thing I can't see is if you're checking the map, simply because it's usually about your eyes. But from a player point of view, I can't check that because I don't have the POV, and I also can't check if you are also timing summoner spells, which are important when it comes to trading down at bot lane.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I wasn't doing that.
Like you just have to press tab, post fight, and ping it. If you don't feel like pressing tab, at least say something like out loud, like, "Oh, you burned his flash. That specific champion's flash has been burned, or that specific champion's heal has no heal," and then keep the mental timers of like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, etc., etc. The only way to come back from this is if you do Baron. To be honest, like there's like really so what you can do is you always have to want to identify win conditions in the game. So in this case, you realize that if you group, you win, and one of the reasons, well, not like group immediately, obviously, because you're gonna lose team fights. Your Thresh has like mental diseases because like he doesn't know what a Sightstone is, because Sightstone's a fucking. I wish they could punish supports for not building Sightstone, to be honest.
I think they started doing that because of that Singe support player.
They're retarded. Like anyway, it's not how they're gonna climb. I hope he stays in bronze. Anyway, so continuing on, you don't have shoes. You always need shoes when it comes to MF. Swifty boots are the most optimal when it comes to rushing items. Damage is fine, but like these champions are champions that kill you when they get on you. So Swifty boots allow you to at least get away. Merc treads are fine too. Like tanky boots is fine too. Berserk Greaves is okay. Ionian is okay. Swifty boots are most optimal simply because you have a lot of mobility with your passive too. The strut. So use that to your advantage. You need your shoes. Like shoes are in fact not like a priority because like your items are big too. It's just shoes are really important on MF because like look how slow you are. You're slower than the minion wave. You'll never get to objectives on time. And then when you try to get away, you can't. You're too slow. So aside from that, you also got another thing you have to work on aside from lassing is wait. Alright, I guess. Trading. But trading is pretty straightforward. I mean, like in this game, it's like your trades are kind of denied because of Teemo, but that's no big deal. Most of the time, you would queue the support. If you see a Soraka, focus Soraka. Eyes on Soraka almost all the time. Try to stay away from the AD carry. Win condition in this game is going to be kill Darius, kill the jungler, and kill the AD carry. Mid laner isn't as important because he has no shoes and he has tier, which means he's retarded. He doesn't know how to build Cassidon. Teemo support, no Sightstone also, half handicapped. He uses his level 6 power spike in order to make up for the Sightstone loss, but it's fine. So if you kill their top laner and you kill their jungler and you kill their AD carry, your chances of winning are increased. Nice fucking play, dude. You have to eat. You should eat. You should eat the Darius so he doesn't get on anybody. You should probably heal. And the reason why you want to heal is so you can save that person.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So you see, the heal is kind of late, so you can't really do anything out of it. And then like Xin Zhao being fed. Oh my god. Someone else steals it?
Nope.
Okay.
They let him have it.
So the win condition, like, you met 2 out of the 3. The thing is, like, at that point, like, Darius and the others are so fed and your team is so fucking useless. So what the fuck, iTunes? Your team is so fucking useless. Also, why does he build Hextech? Like, he doesn't even have his jungle item. My god, these players just don't know how to play. Holy fucking shit. Like, at least, like, right here, you kind of seem like you actually know what you're doing compared to what these other fucking idiots that don't. Like, okay, you're playing Malzahar. No, you have no idea what you're building. Like, he doesn't have an item completed. Like, Leandries doesn't matter. That's like building Ludens. It literally doesn't matter. No Roa. No Abyssal. No Morello. No Boots. Jax doesn't have his jungle item completed. You don't have to build that jungle item. Thresh, no sight stone, means no vision. Shoot this bitch. Oh my gosh, she can escape, never mind. You just don't have shoes. That's pretty much it. There's nothing else other than your shoes.
Oh, okay.
There's like everything, like Dustblade is fine. Black Cleaver is also pretty good too. Armor Pen is actually really important on her, and that's simply because her base damages are high. As you can tell, why I emphasize poking people with Q, her base damages are rather high. So the way it works is mathematically, if base damages are high, in which case you know this because like based on their kit, like you see the numbers are really high, you build Pen. Same thing applies for Annie and Rumble. They build a lot of Pen because their base damages are high.
Oh,
They don't
sorry,
just build
one
raw
second.
AP. Huh?
Oh, I accidentally hit the mute on my headset.
Oh. Did you miss anything I said or something, or?
Yeah, most of it.
Okay, so in terms of builds, you build Pen. For the most part, like, the build that MF has to go is like a Pen-based build. Armor penetration because their base damages are high.
Okay.
So Dustblade is fine. Ghostblade, Black Cleaver, those items are really important. Mortal Reminder, in this game Mortal Reminder would be pretty important because you have 3 to 4 healers. No, 4 healers. Tristana can lifesteal and use heal. Teemo can heal. Xin Zhao can heal. Kassadin can't really heal, but he has Corrupting Pot. And Darius has his Q. Fuck. So Mortal Reminder, that's another pen item. Swifties is pretty good. With Armor Pen, since your base damages are high, your Qs are just gonna rock them really hard. Static Shiv is the only item you'll need for attack speed, that's it. You really don't need Infinity Edge. Your build shouldn't be cookie cutter though. You should be switching builds constantly simply because every situation calls for a different amount of items. Like sometimes you can build Lord Dominic's Regards over Mortal Reminder. Sometimes you should build Mortal Reminder over Lord Dominic's. You can build like Essence Reaver over Infinity Edge. Sometimes you have to build Infinity Edge. Sometimes you don't have to build Infinity Edge. Sometimes you could pick Shiv versus Phantom Dancer. It's always situational, and you should never stick with the same build. But sometimes like items are like relatively core to MF. Right now you see a lot of MF support players out there, and that's probably one of the best plays to place MF because I do that too. MF support is actually really powerful. If I'm not mistaken, Edge of Night gives you lethality. Anything with lethality is basically what you build. If you notice that they have Executioner's Calling simply because it cuts their healing. You build Black Cleaver because that's a core. Like even though these are not AD carry MFs, they're playing MF with Armor Pen belts, and the only difference is that she's playing as support. There really isn't a difference between it. Just that it's just the amount of gold that she receives is changed. So I'm going to put it as AD carry, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to check the items. So as we can see, Ghostblade, Duskblade, and Cleaver are some of the common picked items, and the other way is they just build it in different orders. So if you want Ghostblade, I could see that you were feeling like the Ghostblade right there, right?
Yeah, I was going for Black Cleaver, then Ghostblade. Or sorry,
Ghostblade, Black Cleaver, or something?
Yeah, Ghostblade, then Black Cleaver after. I always rush in that order.
Yeah. Oh, you can switch it up. It kind of depends on what you need. First of all, because the reason you should have rushed Ghostblade first over Black Cleaver is because you don't have boots. So to make up for your boots, use your Ghostblade. I mean, like, you still have to build your boots regardless. And that's also another reason why I emphasize Swiftest boots over the usage of Berserker's Greaves is because if you really trust that much, if you really trust your damage and your fed, Swifty boosts are the best way to keep carrying because you're moving so fast and you turn on Ghostblade and you have Duskblade, you just chase them down and they can't really get away from you. You E them, they're crippled for slow. They got a gap close or something to get away from you. Then you just start shooting the crap out of them.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you got Duskblade first because you're fed, you respond to that by going like Swifty's boost because you're just having so much money, and then Ghostblade and then Black Cleaver. The two things I did talk about in paint, which were just how you aim your E. I didn't see. I know you E costs a lot of fucking mana. I don't understand why the fuck costs like 100 fucking mana, right? Like yeah.
Yeah, that's
80
actually
mana.
why I didn't make it a habit of getting it. It's because I lose so much mana and then I find myself
it's
with
your
like
base
zero
mana
mana.
pool is rather like already freaking low. So like using it like kind of like cuts your mana usage like hella down. So I recommend using your E as a form of like chain CC. So that is actually something you didn't do. It's because when Thresh landed a hook, you kind of like waited too long for the E usage. So they've already escaped the E's like full range before you could actually cast anything else. You know. So if you use your E as don't put it as soon as the hook lands. Wait for the first tug, then drop it behind them. Because they only, like I said, can run one way. You gotta figure out how people can escape too. Because when you escape, like you kind of seem to run one direction. Like you don't think about it, but like if they're coming at you from different angles, there are ways you can play around it. It's usually because like you want to run as close to your tower as possible. So we have this situation here earlier. If I press this button and then it's right here. So let me actually just pull up Summoner's Rift. This is usually how you escape. Now, obviously in higher elo, it's going to be a little bit different because people actually play around psychology very heavily. That's not the fucking Summoner's Rift. This is the no. There we go. Alright. So we're going to zoom in on the bot lane here. So I'm going to put blue as you and red as the enemy. So if you're standing here, oops, that's not the button. If you're standing here, alright, Pablo Picasso, here we go. If you're standing right here, and one person ganks from this way, and one person ganks from this way, or you're not that way, but your AD carry is going here. Okay. See, if you run straight this way, this just opens it up so that they get to you sooner, right? So running this way. And the reason why this way is important is because if they have skull shots, they would just throw it straight in front of you. But like since you're running so far down, they have to try to go all the way around for like this way or try to cut you off like this. Like the most optimal for approach is it's like if he's gonna gank you, he would move forward like the support would go like this. So you're forced to go like this, and you're in that choke, and then like they just kind of circle around you because then they block all this right here. Oops. Is nullified. See, like they're choking you out so that you have little room to escape. And then by moving like this enables them to land a skill shot because look, they only throw it this way because you're only gonna go one direction, this way, right? The only way you'll dodge a hook from the opponent is by going this way. So if they're really smart and you see a hook coming, you just turn around like instantly. Like because in bronze it's gonna be it should be easy. It should be in theory easy to dodge a skill shot if they're actually geniuses. Because in high elo, like this is how they choke you out. You're standing in this place and then they just start moving upwards like this, and then they move like this way. This way you're forced to go in this path. Then when you're walking, he'll throw a hook out this way. When like the Thresh winds up his hook, the natural response is for you to go backwards because there's no other way you can dodge the hook. You can't just walk into the hook. So if you go backwards and then they throw the hook behind you, that's how they land the hook. Because they know that the only way you can dodge is backwards. There's no other scenario in which you dodge the hook, right? So that's how they land the hook. That's the whole purpose of why you have to run like the only way you can escape safely. It's a natural response. If you go this way, you're just gonna die quicker. This way, it gives them a harder time, and there's a chance that remember when Xin Xiao like had to deep dive you, or Cassidy had to deep dive you, and it took him like it actually killed him. But I told you could live because if you went towards your tower, so we're looking at this way, we're looking at it from a different point of view. You're here, and he's coming from here. If you run this way, that just enables him to get through here. But if you run this way, he has to go all the way over here, and that takes him. Not only does it take him longer, but like he'll be like, oh my god, you know what? Forget it. Like because you're just so far away, So like that's the importance of doing it. But then once again, like I said, enemy Thresh, if he's good enough, he'll circle you like right here, and he'll try to throw a hook in this choke. You know, like if there was an enemy thresh or a not me bubble, like or something like that, like they'll just throw it in the choke, and you only have one way to dodge, which is backwards, so they'll just throw it behind you, and then you kind of get fucked. So, but anyway, that's a little bit advanced. But basically, the tip here is to like just hug this wall, like because it's the safest possible path known to get to your tower, and at the same time force the enemy to do stuff, like to get closer to you instead of like the sooner they get to you, the sooner they can kill you, and the sooner they can get out. Because like that's just how it is. Like it took Cassidy literally all of his kit under exhaust and under Thresh's box in order to kill you. But you could have traded 1 for 0 for free, laughed at him, get free gold, and come back into lane if you just moved into a corner position. While you do jeopardize your own positioning, it increases your probability of survival because that's the safest possible way to get to your tower, while forcing him to commit further. Which means that the longer they take, like look, let's say your jungler, your mid laner was already coming down too. The longer they spend down here, you know, trying to get to you, the more time your mid laner will have to respond, if they respond.
Okay.
Or your jungler. By the sheer miracle that they have map awareness, like this godforsaken Jax who has the fucking map awareness of Christopher fucking Columbus, like, you know what I mean? Like, he like cannot do anything. Like, my god, the guy was like in front of him the entire time. Jesus fucking Christ, that literally bothers the shit out of me. But by the sheer chance that your teammates do in fact come and help you out, it buys them time. The few extra seconds, like I said, do mean everything. And it's the same when it comes to CSing. The sooner you get back to lane, the sooner you can get into the CSing game, which means that, like, you know, you're getting gold, and gold per minute is really important. Your gold in CS is just like something you could always improve as a muscle memory. Luckily, there is a new sandbox mode out for practice, so as long as you can just sit back there and just chill with CSing for like 10 minutes or something, your goal for CSing is always going to be at least 70. 80 is the best, and if you go any higher than 80, you're in the perfect zone. If you start averaging really high numbers like 70, 80, or 90, you're gonna outgold your opponents. Like, people, like, last hitting is like underestimated. Like, if you watch like pro streams, like, they always focus on last hitting, but you can also take this to your advantage too. Because remember when I said like how you trade and stuff like that when you're last hitting, quote unquote. Remember that if you're last hitting, so do they, right? So if they're last hitting, that means they're right clicking the minion, right? If they're right-clicking the minion, what can they not right-click? You.
You.
Yeah, so you respond. You're like, oh, you want to last hit this minion? And you blast them with your Q and your auto, or your auto Q auto. And then you proc a lot of damage off of them. Then they realize that they can't go for CS as easily. That's how trading, that's just like trading under CS. One of the reasons why MF support excels so much is because traditional AD carries tend to like have to do that, but like when they're forcing trades, sometimes like CS RNG is terrible. Like sometimes the minions will just stop attacking and like you lose a CS, or like they attack too much and then your timing is off or something, or they live with 1 HP, blah blah blah. So what happens is what you can do is, as MF, because with MF support, everything you do as MF AD carry is excluded in the sense of last hitting. So with MF AD carry, you would last hit and you use your Qs to trade, and you would, you know, cast everything the same. But with MF support, you just stop last hitting. So you just focus on punishing your opponents for their last hitting, which is why it makes it so strong. It's the same thing as Teemo. If Teemo was a better player, you would never have been allowed to CS in general, because he would just be standing in the bush auto Q autoing you, preventing you from A, last hitting, B, even if you did last hit, like, you can't because you're blinded, and C, he just zones you because he does too much damage with Thunderlords. So every creep wave, you would lose 2 or 3 CS. But if you add up 2 or 3 CS per wave, like, that's literally half a wave is gone. It's insane. Half a wave being gone means you're going to be ending up like 30, 40, 50 CS at 10. That means you're not keeping up, you know, in the numbers that you want to keep up. That's the critical part of last hitting. Like 50 CS at 10 it means you don't have you just don't have like the gold you need to be able to deal the damage or buy your items sooner, and then you're forced to back and you come back to lane and you're forced to ask your jungler for ganks because you're always under pressure. So that's one of the reasons why it's so important to understand trades. But luckily this Teemo didn't have like any knowledge of how to zone you out 100%, which is kind of sad. But because he didn't have any knowledge of zoning you 100%, the rough part about the matchup is his vision. Because you couldn't see him like 90% of the time. So in response to that, you literally cannot target him in response. The only one time you missed a free kill was when you could ult. Because if you know he's not in the other bush and like you can't see him, that means he has to be in one of the 2 bushes. So like pray to God that you could like land something. It's only because it's Teemo, but like any other support, like if you see them like out of position, because like there is a way that supports and AD carries do stand with each other. They call it the Venn diagram. Basically, it's their attack radiuses, and if they stand near if the attack radiuses are touching or overlapping each other, that's a safe zone. That means the supports are in balanced position. But if the support, however, oversteps while the AD carry is like right here, oops, and they're like way too spread apart, punish them. And the reason why is because it's because this person cannot retaliate a 2v2 trade. It's almost essentially a 1v2, especially when they're going for CS. Like usually like Thresh, the supports that like have this kind of issue are more towards melee and long range, because the melee support has to walk up to like actually be a frontline kind of support, and the long range AD carries is more in the back line instead of being a bully in the front line. So like you'll tend to see a lot of punish opportunities. Tristana did a lot of punishing whenever you would overstep. But the thing is, she just didn't know her damage as well as she didn't commit to her greed, because she had no choice but to like go forward to kill you that one time. Remember, like when he was right here and she got suppressed and shit. Like she had no choice but to go and kill you, but she just didn't do it because she didn't like think that her damage was high enough. So she should have done it, and I would have done it because I had no other choice. If I jumped in and I had no escape because I saw Malzahar and a Thresh coming at me and I can't kill them, then I have to go for the kill and I'll do my best. And then you had a potion running, so you lived, and that was free. So most important thing is to also take free kills. Like if you do see it, just take it. Like fuck yeah. It's the same thing as playing jungle. Like if it's the reason why like some junglers are really good is because they only gank when it's free. That's how like Smurf junglers work. Oh, it's free, I got it. Like they're not all of them are proactive with their ganks. Like, oh, I'm gonna force this gank. No, I realize that this gank is absolutely free because this situation calls for it. Remember when I said down in bot lane, those two big creeps or whatever, when it comes to that thing? One, if you're under 50% HP and you're up against gap closing people that can jump on you as an immobile champ, don't stay. Because you really can't afford to, because they're gonna be able to chunk you out. Even if it was a Xin Zhao that didn't have items, like let's say he just had his Hunter's Machete, his base damages are rather high. Hence why he tends to build items such as Blade of the Ruin King, as well as like attack speed, just to make up for his base damages. So that's and attack speed. Madred's Blood Razor, Blood Razor, in fact, as one of the items. He did build this game, as well as Triforce. But yeah, as an immobile AD carry without Swifty boots or any form of shoes at all, it's not wise to stay against champions that can gap close or have a way of grabbing you or closing the distance. Also, keep in mind your teammates' mana bars. Looking at their mana bars, if it's under a quarter of like the whole bar, resist fighting. Hold back from fighting. Reason why is because they might only be able to cast 1 or 2 spells, but you need to have your teammates, like if it's like level 5, you need them to cast all their spells. Level 6, you need them to cast all their spells. The best time to do that is to fight when they're about 50-60%, more than halfway through their mana, because then at least then they'll be able to cast one full combo. But if they miss everything, stop fighting. If he misses his hook, do not fight. If he misses his flays, definitely don't fight. If he lands his flay but misses his hook, you still have a chance. It's just, be careful with it, because he did in fact miss his hook. Missing his hook, missing a critical skill shot ability such as a hook or flay does diminish your ability to even trade at all. So like you might be able to trade because you're MF, but Thresh cannot continue trading because he's just going to be a big minion, and it's pointless to trade as a big minion. So keeping that in mind, if your support does in fact miss or some shit, then yeah, it's fine for you to just back up, because there's nothing else that you can do in response. Alright. Now I'm gonna go over runes and masteries on your account.
Okay.
It should be the same for both, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Oh, you have tier 2 runes? No,
I don't.
These tier 1 runes?
Yeah, they're all tier 1.
Oh, geez. Do you have enough IP to buy tier 3 runes at all, or?
Not at all.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna happen. Like, just the runes in general are just so hard to afford. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you kind of just have to run standard AD carry. Yeah, it's just gonna be oh, I can't view this. Hang on, let me see. If I just spectate, is he in game? Strumpus in game? Is he scrimming? Oh, jeez, he's scrimming. Okay, I'll just spectate some random person's game, and then when we're here, I just press Alt F4. I said Alt F4, what the fuck? Alright. Come on. It's gonna be really expensive for you to afford your runes. How often do you play? You seem like you're an MF lover. She is a great champ. She's super valuable to like the arsenal, your arsenal. Like as AD carries, like not playing the mechanical ones. Like the two that were in this game are like the easiest to climb with. Like Trist. I'm at this point a Trist one trick almost, like because I haven't played any other AD carry other than Trist in a long fucking time. Like it's been like 3 weeks since I played like any other AD carry. Holy shit, that's a bad sign. I want to see how bad my Ezreal is. Oh god. All right. So if you can still see my screen, let me go on my thing. I got placed recently, flat 1, easy. Fucking Janna one trick abuse. The only thing is in Diamond it's just decision making. Okay. So. Yeah, and that's the most important thing. This game, I could not see an example of really good... Like, the only time is just because, like, really big decision-making. Not just like, oh, just I could trade better. Like, that's decision-making, too. The one thing I wanted to talk about, like, in there was because, like, macro, big picture. You had one opportunity, but you died. It was just... At 18 minutes, remember we were farming bot lane and there was a siege mid? There were no wards inside your jungle, so you couldn't tell if a gank was coming or not. And then afterwards, what you needed to do in that situation was just shove the crap out of the wave, then back, buy, move to mid, defend, push out mid, watch bot because somebody's going to respond to it, do Baron. It's the riskiest call in the game, but people aren't aware of Baron because nobody wards. Both players do not have Sightstone. In fact, you take advantage of that. The threat is that Darius comes in and slaughters you all. Then you 5v1, try to 5v1 him if you can. Xin Zhao comes in, 5v1 him if you can. It's really hard to call the Barons, but most of the time, I'll call a lot of Barons when it's free. I sometimes call really greedy Barons, but most of the time it ends up in our favor. There was a game where these guys decided to prioritize Cloud Drake, and I decided we can just Baron. And I just walked up, took the Baron, and they left. And it was the easiest Baron in the universe. I was like, what the fuck is like why would they prioritize Drake over Baron? I think we lost the game overall because because we had an inter. Yeah, this is the game. Cause when it was this game, let's see. No, it's not this one. Let me find it. Oh my god, it was the most troll game ever. Let's see. No, it was when it was blue. Oh yeah, do you know Pink Ward, the player?
No, I don't.
Oh okay, he was like a Shaco one trick. Let's see. This is not the game. That was a retarded Kog'Maw. Let's see. Is this the one? Yeah, it's probably this one. Yes. Yes. No, yes, no. Wait, no. No, I was spectating that game. And I had a challenge, and they had a challenger on their team. What the fuck is the game? I must have deleted the session. But basically, yeah. Like, when you see where multiple people are positioned, like, if your top laner was fed, like he was Pantheon, and he was really fed, and he started shoving top, and or shoving bottom, and he draws 2 or 3 people's attention, just do Baron. Like, how are they supposed to respond? Over half the team is committed to bot lane. So how many are they gonna send to Baron at most? If over half the team, so 5 people, and they send 3 bottom, how many can they at maximum send to Baron?
Oh, okay. So that's like just 2 people then you can just kill them?
Yep, exactly. Or like you can have one person just zone them out. Like if you're MF, oh, just like, oh, they cross this path, I'm gonna just blast them with ult. Like they can no longer cross the path because you're MF. Like just saying, like, you're MF, like you can just stand still and press R. When they try to do Baron, you stop hitting Baron, obviously, but you just stand still, press R. If they try to attack you at Baron, and they can't cross that path, and then they take a ton of damage while eating your R, or they just back the hell up, then you just continue committing to Baron. You get Baron for free, run, and back to base. And then you use your Baron to your advantage. So that's really important. You could have set that up this game. However, the conditions were really, really, really difficult because Pantheon was shoved inside to inner tier 2 tower. Mid laner was shoved inside the mid, like past first turret, but not to the point where it's shoved into tower. And then you're like a little bit past first turret too, and there's no vision on the map. Therefore, it was way too difficult. So there was no way you guys could have called the Baron unless 2 people died, and at the same time, they had no jungler. So if jungler died and top died, it would be a good Baron call. But that is under the condition that one of the players is also bot lane at the same time. So at most, like, you have to, like, it's 5v2 or 4v2, and then you guys can do Baron. But it wasn't possible because, like, it's so hard to kill those 2 people, and even if you did kill those 2 people, which you did, they're just too strong. Like, remember Xin Zhao slaughtered you with Triforce. And then he literally got a pentakill. Like, there was no way, there's no way you guys could set up it for Baron at that point. That's pretty much it. Like, damn. Alright. So let me close off this session because there's nothing else to talk about for this specific session. So give me one sec.